New at 5:30, you may have noticed this at your child's sporting event. The state of Ohio is seeing a decrease in the number of officials.
Tonight, 10 TV's Bryant Somerville explains what the problems are, how the Ohio High School Athletic Association is looking to get numbers up, and a dangerous growing concern officials have.
It's just gotten way out of hand.
870 miles from Columbus, Ohio, Christy Howard sits in her office in Mississippi, wanting you to know this is why.
Love the game, love the kids, love the environment, love being out there.
It's why she started being an umpire 10 years ago. The last 4 or 5, though, she says threats of violence and assault have escalated.
The whole parent group was extremely rowdy from the get-go.
This past Saturday, while being an umpire for a 12-year-old's softball game, a group of parents, she says, became loud and started cursing. Howard had already thrown one parent out of the game by the time the 4th inning came, where a player, she says, slid underneath a tag. She called the runner safe. A parent in the stands called Howard out. That parent was also ejected.
And when she was leaving, she turned around and she was like, "When you step off this field, I'm going to slap the F out of you."
And when the game was over, Howard says that woman was waiting.
And then bam, like she was there. And she says, "What do you got to say now?" and punched me.
Sunday, she posted to Facebook a picture of her black eye and a warning saying why parents see a decrease in officials at games. This is why. The post has been shared more than 23,000 times, and the problems she is facing in Mississippi, the same problems school districts are facing right here in Ohio.
It's almost turned into an epidemic that, we're scrambling to try to get people to want to do this.
Jay Wolf is the athletic director at Olentangy High School. Last week, he posted to Twitter saying games are being played with no umpires. Bo Rugg with the Ohio High School Athletic Association says more is being done to get more officials, from upping the pay to schools putting in officiating curriculum to hopefully in the next few months putting training classes online.
We know at some point we'll gain some momentum on this. The bad news, obviously, is that doesn't help us today.
Rugg says the number of officials across the country right now is down. Here in Ohio, it's not the worst, but it's not good. 10 years ago, OHSAA documented more than 16,600 officials here in the state. This year, it's just above 13,000. And there's a number of reasons for that, right? I mean, COVID, the economy, sometimes life just gets in the way, sure. But the number one reason I'm told why the number of officials is down, it's you.
The bottom line is the biggest, far and away, reason people leave officiating or don't want to go into officiating is because of fan behavior.
That ranges, he says, from yelling, cursing, and assaults.
You don't agree with calls, that's fine. But the ugliness that's out there is unbelievable.
When you look at your eye, is that worth your love for the games?
I'm currently struggling.
Howard says she's using this moment to call for more legislation to protect officials. And this is why it's needed. In Columbus, Bryant Somerville, 10 TV News.
Last June, the Ohio House voted to approve a bill that would increase penalties for assaults against sports officials. House Bill 44 would require a mandatory fine of $1,500 and 40 hours of community service for a misdemeanor offense. Now, the bill has not yet been approved by the state Senate.